Good morning, everybody. This is Friday, and we are having a holiday today. I think the voice is audible. I cannot speak any loud because I'm going to stay here for a few hours. So let us check out our to-do list first. Right, this task is blocked for some time, and flat assignment is like completed. CM assignment we completed that. 2024 big paper one, we are still having to do this. We are like still supposed to do this. FSD experiment 4 is there. We are supposed to write like CN. Write flutter record and paste the pictures, right? Nothing. Alright. So this is the thing that we are doing now, and right. That is it. And should I be like installing anti-gravity? Anti-gravity. Okay, you are having anti-gravity. Directly you don't need to like. So if I install this directly, will it be installed? Let's look at the agentic engineering roadmap as well. Agentic engineering roadmap. Right, okay. So let's talk to Gemini. So this is just manual work over here. Let's see. Diving to render and orchestrating. Okay. It got installed, it seems, and are we having yes, we are having Radar is open source equivalent to Cloudflare. It runs in a terminal repository. Okay, we installed it directly. Define commit standards, code standards, safety boundaries, okay. PRDs for artificial establishing right rules of the interior agent ecosystem, so the agent ecosystem getting it, agent rules, right. Actually, the thing is, we will follow the software engineering methodologies because no matter how many frameworks or no matter how many new agents are going to come, the software principles are going to remain the same. Like, you need to clear your requirements and you need to do architectural explanation of that, and then you need to code, and then you need to test, and then you need to verify and do it again until the code satisfies the requirements, and then deploy the code and then maintain the code, right? So let us write this strict software engineering life cycle conventions and the agent rules, and also, right, we will proceed with that, and we will also have a big project in mind first so we can work towards that. We are here with Okay, so if I'm not wrong, this agent rule folder is going to make sure every time the anti-gravity works on some sort of code, it follows these principles and make sure the code does not become unmanageable and 10,000 line of code, right? So if that is the case, then the next thing that we are supposed to do is we need to think of a project that we can build, and then we need to build it actually. The project that is not there yet, it should not be just a a party trick or a showcase sort of project. It should be doing real significant changes, and I should be able to sell it if I wanted to some people. I don't think this is good. Yeah, I don't need more automation of AI things. I need to use existing AI things to make some money and to be better at what I'm currently am. I need to make automation for myself, not to like make AI more autonomous. So I have had this project in my mind since a long time, like that is a Binance bot. I could be able to implement it, but the problem is it is firstly in the initial days of the AI boom, the code did not work because the AI is still learning. But now making the bot work with full functionality is not a big thing. But the main thing is it is not generating any profit because the strategy is not good enough. So we should be able to thoroughly backtest on the historical data, and we should be able to find a edge in the market that could generate consistent amount of money in the crypto in the lower time frame. So I think we need to work on a back tester of crypto first, and then we need to forward test it, and then we need to be able to live trade that. Yeah, you don't need to write the script for me. You just need to write the prompt that I can give to anti-gravity. Before I did the same pipeline, like vectorizing the database and making like 10,000 parameters test at once. But as soon as I did that, like I made the script run in the night, and by morning when I came inside, there is a folder sitting on my desktop with 200 plus gigabytes because it downloaded all the market data at once, and it tried to load most of it into the RAM, which obviously doesn't work because Binance coins and the data is very huge. So we need to be smart with this pipeline, and we need to also keep our hardware constraints in the limit, and make the pipeline like download some symbols, and get the edge on the symbols and save the edge, and again download some more symbols and test these edges, and get one final edge, right? And we need to forward test it, and we should be able to accurately predict how much profit or loss we might get. So everything will be deterministic because the main problem is this stock market and crypto is not deterministic. We need to make it as predictable as we can. We cannot pinpointly predict to 100% accuracy, but we at least should be able to get a vague idea of what we are dealing with, right? Meanwhile, should I be aware of any other tools rather than just anti-gravity to be a good agentic engineer? Like, am I missing on something of this AI hype and AI world? Like, mostly I used to work with Google Gemini CLI because Cloud Code used to be not free, and that Google Gemini was migrated to anti-gravity, and now I'm just using anti-gravity. And before that, CLI tools and long horizon context window AI models, I used to just generate code from the Claude chat or the Gemini chat. So I think we can do better than that. So do we have any free tools and stuff that we learn to make our development more faster and more efficient? That is not so bad. Web spray, spray, So, so how should my workflow be? You have like listed 10 to 20 agents, which are good to know, but at the end of the day, what system we follow decides our outcome, right? So, okay, we use anti-gravity right now, and it is having a very generous free tier. And along with that, what else do we have to use? Um, like how do we orchestrate all of these tools together in our day-to-day workflow of generating code and making ideas into reality? Not so bad, you know. It doesn't serve it as an simultaneous to this link stack, okay, to anti-gravity. Version control git plus GitHub external tooling, all context protocol for Debian browser, all the API, Google Studio, keywords. Okay. Okay, so we will open a repository every time we start generating a new code because repository is like a snapshot of the code that we are dealing with. And secondly, we need to set up some MCPs because yeah, we are lagging behind without MCPs. So tell me the core MCPs that we need to set up, like the most important ones, and we will set them up and we will connect with anti-gravity and CLI agents right now, so we can be more productive. Atlas browser implementation, implementations, database engineering. This one MCP configuration, modeling, so open level and dynamic customization, control comma. And MCP HTML dynamic connection. Open the JSON file. GitHub settings, developer settings. this is my like PAT. Yeah, I should not be streaming this one honestly, but it is what it is. Should I like stop my stream? Yeah, I think I should, because someday I might get famous and update on the rescue section. Actual rescue database file path. Okay, I added updated whatever database path and check if these things are working or not. Alright. Walk to asset data loader, backtest, validation report, 6 test pass, okay. Right. Well, it is following our rules, which is a good thing. Seek interactive manager. Right, that's good honestly. Connect and delanty to good out. Okay, now you are supposed to like go to the settings and okay, I will start my streaming. So you are now supposed to go to settings and wait, customizations. Okay, that config still has that, right? Yeah, I see. Main open. Okay. So hardware. MCP hit enter, right? opens the interactive CP themes. This right. 32 minutes already. OpenMCP config.json. That's it, right? I don't think so. It's been not announcements. So why should I use the old button? Let's transmit. Okay. Yeah, this thing is ready to So am I streaming? Okay, I'm not. Using like update the original MGP config for the playwright. Right. Update your args. Oh my god. Playwright, okay. We are removing this thing completely. That's it. Okay, what's the difference? Playwright is the rate MGP latest AC. Okay. Oh, fuck it. And next what? Okay, setting up the MZP is not that easy. Maybe not. SQLite permission denied. Okay. So, so you need to copy your GitHub personal access token somewhere. Maybe, yeah. I'll just paste it here. You need to put a G in the front and this, and you like me to remove this. Let's see if this thing is working now. Okay, the fix tool got enabled at least. Shankar data. Okay, now let us refresh it out again. I made a directory, but it is not. 43 minutes already. We just got 15 more minutes. SQLite section to pass this one, right? Okay. From here to here. Okay, it finally working. Finally worked. So what did we complete our toolkit now? Okay. These things are first need to download the data, and after and then and it is relation rules. Okay, 46 minutes. I think we are. Can you people hear my voice in the first place? I just need to make sure you can. And how far did the timer go? Okay, firstly this timer is not running when I put this thing in the background, so we need to check that out. Can anybody even hear me in the first place? I don't think so. Hello. Yeah, anyways, let it be. We don't need it just for the three symbols, we need it for all the symbols in the crypto, like futures. There are like 500 plus symbols, so we need to be able to effectively run the pipeline for all the 500 symbols, right? Processing fund, dynamic exchange, parallelized workflow automation, execute the updated one Python execute script, prime. Okay. Hey, be very honest with me. After this pipeline got completed, we will find an edge, right? So, what can I expect? Can I expect if I use like 5% risk per trade on a single trade, can I expect like 5 to 10% of returns on my capital every day? Like, where should I put the most optimistic deadline? strict target should be 3 to 8% per month. Okay. Okay, so that makes so much of sense, and I'm being honest with you. I cannot afford more than like $2 to $5 of capital on my like test account because I'm still a student and I don't have much of money. So the thing is, can we get benefited from this hedge with like that much of capital because Binance minimum position is like $6 to $7. So and it allows like 50x leverage for most of the symbols. So I think you should be able to place minimum minimum rotational orders like $6 orders until you can get your risk managed. So I'm just asking and being philosophical here. ఏంటి ఆ, ఆ. క్లాస్ అవుతుంది. లేదు, నేను ఇక్కడ పని చేస్తున్నాను ఇక్కడ. ఓకే. So we should be able to run the ML pipeline now. Okay. Okay, let's run this for a few hours and let's see how far this progresses, right? Yeah, your output shows the orchestration engine behaves as expected. Okay. Will pick up from where it left off without re-downloading existing packet files. Okay. 1.5 to 2.5 hours. And meanwhile, I think we should be updating our architecture and the plan, and we can be on the go like whenever we want to run live trade and forward testing. So I have told you the idea, right, to get the best parameters and the best rules for execution that we will discover after this back testing, and we will hard code those risk management symbols, like we will use 1% of risk per trade, and if the balance, like the notional price that we need to put in the Binance is smaller than $5, then we will use the $6 notational price, because $5 sometimes might be rejected, and we will use the maximum of the possible leverage that we have. For example, Bitcoin has a 150 times of leverage, so we will use all of that, so our capital that we put for the trade will be less. So make the request and fetch the maximum leverage, and if that API endpoint is not working, so default that to 50x leverage, and if 50x is not available, you can come back to 20x leverage. So I hope you understood the logic. We are using 1% risk per trade, and if our balance is not supporting, like is not large enough, then we will make a default notational order of $6. Got it? Yeah, we are around like 57 minutes. ఏ మాట్లాడకండి ఇక్కడ. Okay, I think anti-gravity. Okay, anti-gravity is having the permission to run on top. Okay, 58 minutes we are done. And push everything to GitHub. Zero parameters at server. Okay. Okay, it's been 1 hour already. Yeah, the parameters that we are using are very narrow, so we should be having a lot more parameters to check out. Like we have a lot of options, right? We got EMA, RSA, Bollinger Bands, MACD, or you know, a lot of other indicators. And if we can implement, we can implement price action as well, smart money concepts as well. So use all of the combinations and check which one works for most of the coins and produce a positive like hedge, right? If the win rate is above like 50% and if the total profit is having a positive slope, then we are good to go. Yeah, I don't think saying just price action, implement price action is just not enough. We need to be more detailed enough and don't just say the indicators that I said. We have a lot more indicators and I don't remember all of them. So, right, a lot more indicators and a lot detailed explanation of the strategies as well. Yeah, giving it like a detailed peak. Yeah, that is like a big one. I don't know how good will it survive or not. Yeah, I mean, I have seen enough of the implementation. So, no, like, why is it running again? Okay, you are supposed to hit Control C 3 times, I see. Not just once. Okay, the timer is not working when I minimize the tab and so firstly the problem is the timer is not working when I minimize the Chromium tab, and secondly it is not giving like a alarm or some timer some message when the 50 minutes is completed in the background, right, it should like pop up a message and a sound like the 50 minutes is over and you should be taking a break. So make sure it works like that. Right. Okay, it's 1 hour already. We should be taking a break. Okay, GitHub. We should be pushing that code to GitHub. This one. And please push the updated code. Okay. Don't we have like a turbo mode? Right, I don't know what it is doing honestly. It is the MCP is making it do a lot more work, maybe. Okay, it is saying it got pushed. Let's see. Yeah. So if you look at assets, okay, it wrote some assets as well. 2,400 lines of code I see. It is a monolithic version. Got it. So where are we? This one sprints. Nothing happens here. So I don't think you need this now. It is over. Where is the system? Where is the system? Okay, Okay, the streak got revoked. Anyways, test my brain skill. Okay. Let it run in the background, and meanwhile I will take a small break since it's already 1 hour. Okay, I hope it is understanding what it is doing. Run sweet finished. Okay. Let us try to run this one. Source VNO bin activate. What is a PKL file? Let's see. PKL format used to store Python serialized objects. why did it get stuck? Okay, let it run for some time and at the end of the day was it to be a quant. Okay, I should be taking it might be taking a lot of time to like see the parameters and all.